What is up, y'all? We are back with another episode of Pushing Buttons. This is episode 49.
And we forgot to change
That's
that.
cool. Who gives a fuck? 49. We're episode 49. Episode 49. I feel like we've been in the 40s forever, by the way. Like, we can't get out of the 40s. We've been dragging this shit out all of July, it seems like.
Last summer went by okay, I guess, right?
Yeah.
'Cause we started midsummer, right?
Yeah. It went by quick. Stop it. It went by quick. So yeah, I am one half of the Bromance B, and I am joined by my lovely co-hosts, my awesome co-hosts. To my left, I have the very popular, melanin glowing, microphone toting, skin glowing, glowing. The second most beautiful man on planet Earth, right after my pappy, Keith.
What's going on, guys?
All right, and then over there.
All the way down this lovely couch.
We don't have a couch yet.
No.
Right over there, we have the very popular, very Instagrammable Miss IG her damn self, Claudia.
What's going on?
And yeah, that's the Pushing Buttons crew. And we are bike. I did introduce myself. I always introduce myself first, Keith.
Oh, yeah.
It's just very boring and basic.
It's two lines. I'm one half of the Bromance B.
Yeah, one half. Yeah, that's all it is.
It's
Yeah,
a simple line.
Yeah. So, I've actually been. More people have been finding out I have a podcast. I don't know how I feel about it.
What do you mean more people?
Like more folks are starting to find out I have a podcast.
That you know?
Yeah, that I know. I don't know how I feel about that. Because I think people have a weird impression of me. Yeah.
How so?
So they think they listen to the podcast and think they know you?
Yeah, like they no. They think they know me in real life, and then they listen to the podcast, and they're like, "I am."
Okay.
Yeah, I think because obviously, like at work or other places, I have to act a certain way. Like, just can't act like how I act here. And I also can't say what I say here, right? So, and then they listen to this and they're like, whoa, wait a minute. You're not that nice of a guy.
They don't think you're a nice guy?
No. I mean, I wouldn't think so either listening to this podcast sometimes. No. They would like you guys. Definitely not me.
Well, he's nice.
Yeah. So before we go around the room and see how everybody is doing, I do want to say that we are on all streaming platforms. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and we are on Anchor for your ass. We're on YouTube, so go subscribe. Keith would greatly appreciate it, even though he won't tell you. Don't let that thumbs up fool you. So yeah. We're going to go around the room and see how everybody is doing, and we'll start off with Keith. Keith, how you be?
I'm okay, like I told Claudia. Kind of just going through the motions.
Uh-oh.
Kind of. No, it's not.
Uh-oh. Trouble in paradise.
It's not a trouble in paradise. I'm doing very good at home. It's fine. I'm just, not, on social media, rarely that much.
You've never been on social media?
Well... I've never been on social media, but I kind of looked, but I haven't looked for it.
Why?
Either. I don't know, just
not even Twitter.
Just wanna,
liar,
really.
liar. Twitter. You've been on Twitter.
Not really though. It's only because of the notifications that people post that I get, but that's it. I don't go out
Except
seeking
us.
it.
Got it.
What do you mean?
Except our notifications. You don't want to respond to our notifications.
I don't see it. I don't have anything coming to my phone half the time.
Oh, all right.
So I don't check social media at all that much.
All right, Keith.
Do you want me to check every 24 hours all day?
Yeah. No, once every 24 hours.
Once every 24 hours?
At least.
Okay.
At the very
but
least.
half the time I just don't feel the need to do it because I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
I just want to go to work and come home.
That makes sense. Fuck you guys, right? Got it. Got it, Keith. Got it. Don't worry about it. Huh? Don't worry about it.
Life is so good. He doesn't
Right. Life
care
is so
about
good.
the
He's like, fuck
world.
everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm at home getting some good. All right, I guess not. Whatever.
That's like the look of disappointment.
Yeah.
It's not disappointing.
Like, wow, B
Yeah.
always has to say something.
Right. Claudia, how you be?
I'm good. I'm good. It was
Going through the motions too?
No, it's just been such a busy week. That right now I feel like I'm just recovering, so it'll be nice to have a chill weekend. But it's good.
Yeah, you were at a
I was at
bachelorette party and a wedding, right?
And a wedding, yeah.
Holy shit.
Two complete different people.
Yeah.
The bachelorette was fun. It was fun.
It looked fun
Yeah.
from the pictures.
We had some good memories created, and the wedding was absolutely beautiful. It was a good wedding. It was simple, to the point. I liked it. I really liked it.
How fast did it go?
It was, I what I liked about it was that it was like boom, 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 boom.
One thing after the other.
Right, and it was just, and then boom, party. I like those type of
Yeah.
weddings. I don't want you to drag it. I don't want to hear all of that.
You have. I haven't.
And
Well, kind of. That wasn't.
damn, okay.
It wasn't like a real like.
It was a wedding, Keith.
It was, but it wasn't like all
Got it.
dressed up.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well,
15
but
people.
it was nice. It was a good wedding.
That's good.
It was good, yeah.
That's good. Yeah. How do you guys feel about that? I was going to ask you guys, bachelorette and bachelor parties. Are people allowed to have one last hurrah?
Yeah, like, what do you mean?
Like one last hurrah?
Basically cheating on your person.
Oh, cheating.
Yes,
Oh.
that's what he's getting at.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about cheating.
What if it's with I don't know, somebody who's, you're paying. I don't know the proper term anymore, so I'm just going to say somebody you're paying.
A sex
a beautiful person that you're paying to have intercourse with you.
I wouldn't be too happy.
No? So neither.
No,
No.
I
Way.
wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't want my partner to.
You?
No.
that.
No? Yeah, probably not.
Because if you can do that, then you're... Look, if you can do it that
All
night,
right, I guess you guys would be the boring ones.
that's stupid. If you can do it that night, then you can do it any night. So.
Right, like that's just.
What's the point? Why do it
What?
that night?
That is not true.
Why do it that night?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why?
I don't
You haven't
think-
given me a reason why.
I don't think that's what bachelors and bachelorette parties.
What are they intended for then?
For.
Why is there so many penises and stuff for the bachelorette party sometimes?
It's just the last night to be with your girls as a single woman. At least that's what I like, and just party.
So what do
and
single women do?
You are so...
We go out and party and stay up all night.
Uh-huh. And do what?
Nothing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. See? That's what it's supposed to be, right? Like the last hangout with your friends who are single.
But you're not single, though.
I mean, you're single, legally single,
Legally
but
single, but...
not really single. If that makes sense.
Guys, you guys are making no sense right now. Zero sense.
You
No.
give me the case to why.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying this right now. Explain to me what a bachelor party is then.
I don't know. I've never been to one. How am I supposed to know?
What is this supposed to be, Claudia? I don't know.
See?
I mean, I've never heard of people going out and having sex with someone just because it's like the last night I can finally
have.
cheat. Oh, I have not.
I've seen it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But what's stopping
Like
you?
in real life, not in just like a TV show.
Right, but then
But
basically,
what's stopping
to
you
me,
if we
to me,
when you
you're
get
still
married from cheating? What's stopping you when you
Right.
get married from cheating? That's
Like
doesn't
you
make
could
sense.
call that your last hurrah too. Like, oh,
Yeah,
my last
right?
hurrah before we get a dog together.
No, that's not the same. I'm not marrying the dog.
But still, it's like I don't know.
So what's the ideal bachelorette and bachelor party then?
From what I know, it's just going out and having fun,
Doing what?
See, I'm bad at that
drinking,
because
dancing.
I probably have no interest in it. That's why.
No? If I threw a bachelor party. Okay, how about strippers? How do you guys feel about strippers? Is that okay? Like if I ordered a stripper for Keith, would your girl be cool?
Maybe not.
No? For your bachelor party? Why does that seem as cool? It's not cool.
Well, actually,
it's a good time.
The bachelorette.
Is it? You said no. I remember you said
I hate strip clubs.
Is a way. Yeah. So how's it a good time?
I mean, for other people, it probably is.
For some people, it's like
the majority
ideal.
of people.
It's like the ideal. You have to have a stripper, but like the bachelorettes that I've actually have heard of as of recently, since everybody's deciding to get fucking married, a lot of people say no strippers. Like, I don't want strippers. So that, I feel like that's kind of just people.
Old?
Yeah, people are kind of like, I'm over that. Let's do something else. Not cheating.
What's something else?
Not cheating.
What's something else?
Find a new way to celebrate with my friends.
Yeah, like just
so what?
chill.
What? Like just chill?
I'm like speaking for.
So what would you want then, Claudia, for your bachelorette party, or bachelor party, whatever you want to call it?
Bachelorette.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Tomorrow you might be like, it should be a bachelor party, B.
A bachelorette.
Because remember, we're gonna be there. I'm just kidding. It has to be unisex.
Is that a thing?
I don't fucking know. Can I have a bachelor party with girls?
Why not?
Right?
Because essentially it should be your people,
Right?
Who you're having fun
Right.
with. Like,
right.
I don't know that whole idea of like it can only be like women.
It can only be one.
Right. If you want it to be whoever you're close with. But usually it's mostly like whoever's in your bridesmaids or your like groomsmen,
okay,
whatever.
Groomsmen, yeah.
But yeah, ideal bachelor. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. Just something fun, dancing. I just want dancing. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Like a night of dancing, just fun, just nonstop till like 4 a.m.
Oh, that's a lot.
That is a long time.
Yeah, but that's just me. I love to dance.
What about you, Keith? What would you want to do for your bachelor?
I probably want
to do one. Okay, somebody else will throw one for you. Would you attend if somebody else threw it for you?
If they surprise me, sure.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Like I'll be there.
What if I told you, like, I'm throwing you a bachelor party?
I don't know. That's a little weird. You seem too geeked up to throw me a bachelor party. Why do you want me to have one if I don't want to have one?
Why not?
Yeah, he's just being a good friend.
Yeah.
Well,
last hurrah.
Look, here you go with this hurrah.
What? Sounds like you're scared of something else, buddy. Don't put it on me.
I'm not scared of anything. I just have no interest in doing it.
Oh, okay. All
What
right.
if I just have no interest in...
That's fair.
We have Fun Guy Keith here today.
The blink.
What would you do?
I'll fuck it up. I don't know if I would want one. I wouldn't mind if they threw one for me. Sure. Even if you told me or if it was a secret, I would be down with it.
Yeah.
So if we really want to change shit up, we need to have bachelor parties or bachelor parties with just all types of men and women. We should be the first to do that. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's ever been done.
You know what's funny? I'm kind of pissed that this didn't happen, but the bachelorette I went to, the one getting married, she did say, well, I have a friend, like if y'all can invite him, and no one reached out to him, and I don't know him.
Assholes.
He's not a part of like my friend group. He's a part of their friend group. So I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't even know how the heck I can find this dude. And it just kind of sucks. I'm like, we could have invited someone. Like, I personally don't care. At the end of the day is who she wants there, you know? So it kind of sucks. It could have been that. We could have been
the first,
but we weren't because...
Right. Maybe I'll do it.
Yeah.
Or you, Claudia. I think you're getting married first.
Maybe.
I think it's going to be you.
Maybe Keith.
Or
Why
Keith.
me?
One of you two's getting married first.
What the hell? He's been with us the longest.
That is, well...
You know, depends.
You're afraid of commitment?
Me? No, I'm committed already.
You know, I heard...
What?
That... when people move in together and they move in together for so long, it kind of just stops this want for getting married.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, so it's this whole story where the girl is kind of like, okay, I want to take that step, but he's just chilling. And I'm like, well, there needs to be some communication.
Why don't you propose to me then?
Right. I'm like, why? There should be some communication.
We want to talk about inclusiveness. Yeah, it should be some communication.
Yeah, I'm like, you know.
Or it should be some communication. Stop fucking tell me.
Right, because this girl is kind of just telling her friends, but not telling the men. I don't know this girl. I kind of just heard it from someone. And I was like, why doesn't she just talk to him? Why is she talking to you?
Right.
You're not getting married with her.
And
talk to him.
Because she's not supposed to ask. He's supposed to just
But see, I already do things at a slow pace. I do everything at a slow pace. So like if it was up to me, we wouldn't have moved in together. Like it's a slow motion for me. Everything's slow motion for me. But yeah, how come you don't just ask me to marry you?
The woman that's supposed to.
Why not?
I don't know.
Why not?
How would you feel?
Why don't we
girl
both get on one knee? How would you feel? What?
How would you feel if your girl proposed to you?
Or
both of you? How would both of you?
How would you feel if she did though?
Yeah, not
hypothetical.
That she wouldn't.
Hypothetical, Keith.
It'd be nice, I guess. It'd be great.
Would you accept it?
Of course.
Or would you feel weird? No. Would you pick her up? Yes. Yes.
Come on.
No. See, we gotta be vulnerable. Somebody told me that a guy proposing to a girl shows vulnerability. I'm like, no, you proposing to him shows vulnerability.
Yeah, we got
that
it.
word.
Vulnerability.
Yeah, that's true, because the thing is that a lot of, some men, they just love that idea of like, I'm the man, And so when you do that, you're kind of, to them, you might be taking away a part of their masculinity. And some men feel kind of hurt when you do that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know a few guys that would not appreciate that.
They wouldn't accept it? They're like, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, they would say, like, what do you do?
Like, get me flowers.
Like,
one day.
Yeah. Yep.
Masculate me.
Mm-hmm. And this idea that women like flowers, I don't know where that came from, because...
You don't like flowers?
No.
I
only like sunflowers, and occasionally. I don't want it every day. I don't want it every week. I don't want it every month.
I wanted to say something, but they're gonna hear it and they're gonna be like, I know who you're talking about. What? I just know somebody who gets flowers all the time, and I'm like,
really?
it's so ingenuine.
Yeah.
At some point, like, it loses its like
value.
Right.
Like, I got you flowers for the 15th time this month.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a lot.
I've seen girls do that though. Like, hey, buy me flowers every day.
That's
or every week. It's still a lot.
How's that realistic?
It's a lot, yeah. I like that once in a while, and I'm like, when I want to be, I don't want to expect it.
Yeah.
When I start to expect things, that's when I'm like, okay, no, we need to, stop. Don't do that. But then that's just me. I'm romantic, but not the typical romantic.
Right.
I'm not
That's
about...
stupid. I know people like that. I also know the people who think that they should be cool with their in-laws. Like 100%. And like with their in-laws and their like
hang out.
Yeah, like hang out and
What if you don't talk to them?
right. Like, that's what I'm saying. But like I know somebody who got broken up to because of that.
Because they didn't like the in-laws?
Because they had this idea from the internet that you're supposed to hang out and like get along with them 100%.
What if you just like the
That's not
person
the
you
case.
married? I didn't marry my in-laws. I married you, not your
But
sibling
it's also stupid
or
that to
parent.
not think that it takes an effect on your relationship, because it does.
It does.
Like not having at least a cordial relationship.
Yeah.
Not like best friends, but at least a cordial relationship
Right,
with somebody.
right.
Like, like that would be cool, right? But to be best friends and shit, that's unrealistic.
That's going too much. That's
Like,
going
have
too
you
far.
guys gone out to lunch or dinner or whatever with
Yes.
your... Right,
With what?
With like your significant other's parent.
Yep.
I've been alone with it, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Not
But it's
alone, but I've gone to dinner with the
parents?
Yeah.
With your partner?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But not like by yourselves. I've never done that.
Oh, I have.
I mean, I would, but
Yeah.
different dynamic.
But it also exactly, and that's the thing. Like, it definitely depends the dynamic. Some people you just don't vibe with, and I don't think that just because they're the parent of your significant other, you need to force it. You just have to be respectful of
Yeah.
it. And if the parent is not giving you the same vibe, don't try to, because then you're just gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, for instance, like if my girlfriend's mom wasn't to give me the vibe where she'd be like, you know what, if you ever want to grab lunch, like I'm more than welcome to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, hey, you want to, like, I'm not sensing that from you, so I'm not going to force it. But since it's been put out there, I'm like, yeah, let's go get lunch. Let's talk.
I'll throw a wrench into all of this. Would you go have lunch with your significant other's dad by themselves?
He doesn't really throw it out there, but if he did, I would. I wouldn't.
What
care.
about you? Would you go? Would you, Alyssa and your dad going out to lunch? Would that be cool?
It would be cool. I don't know if it'll happen.
But would be cool with that?
Yeah, that'd be fine. But that's like not.
Usually dads tend to, not all, but maybe usually they tend to be a little bit more.
But think how unrealistic it is for your significant other to hang out with a brother or sister of yours just alone.
Would you do that?
Is that weird?
Would you do that? Would you hang out with like Jade's brother by yourself? And you, Keith, would you hang?
I don't know. I mean,
would you go out to have? Oh, well, yours is even weirder because it's the twin.
I know, right?
Would you go out with the twin?
Alone, probably. I don't know. How would that even work?
So talking from like current situations as to how we kind of vibe, no, that wouldn't happen. But if we vibe and we're cool, maybe. But
would your significant other be cool with that?
Yeah, I don't think she would have a problem. No. But currently, I don't see that ever happening.
See, that's what I said.
What about you, Keith?
I don't know if it'll ever happen.
I'm not talking about if it will ever happen. Fuck that shit.
I would.
Fuck if it will ever happen. Fucking ride with the hypothetical, goddammit. It's gonna happen.
I don't see a problem with it.
No, you wouldn't see a problem with it?
No.
Would she see a problem with it?
No.
You guys are full of shit.
She's married. What do you want me to do?
That's even more reason to see why it would be a problem.
Why is it a problem if her sister is married?
Because then the husband would be like, why are you going out with her for lunch? By yourself. Get the fuck out of here. Stop trying to tell me that it doesn't work that way.
She has to be here by herself. She's married. She's not going to come away from another city here by herself. And I'm just going to go out with her. That's not going to happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, it doesn't matter if it were to happen. Are you so... See what I'm saying, man?
Whoa. Ding, ding, ding.
Can't bring up hypotheticals and I know that's just unrealistic.
Yeah. I mean...
Hypotheticals are unrealistic, Keith. That's why they're hypotheticals.
Do you want me to say no?
No. I just wanted to see what you... I feel like you're lying. You're holding back.
How am I
feel like
lying?
both of y'all holding back, actually. I know I would get in trouble. I already got in trouble. Like, I already got in trouble for doing minimal things. I know I would fucking get thrown out the house if I went out to dinner with her siblings. Like, with her sisters. I would.
For sure, it'd be weird. Why would I even do that? That's the question. That's weird.
That's what I'm talking about. See, all right, I'm just gonna fuck this hypothetical.
I mean, honestly, I don't think, if I'm being honest, I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to speak for Jade, but knowing her, she wouldn't care. Like, those are her siblings. Like, what the...
She probably wouldn't care.
She wouldn't care. She'd be like, wait, what are you guys going to do? But then she'd probably be like, I don't know.
Right.
You can ask her. You can ask her.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'll ask Alyssa. But be like, hey, man. Like, can Keith go out with your sister to lunch?
She's probably going to say, I wouldn't care.
I can't speak for her. I don't know.
Yeah, Keith's going to end up in a doghouse the next day he does the lunch. And then you go come in this bitch like, yeah, you were right, B. That happens every time. Because it's not about whether you think, it's the thought eventually creeps in your head. Something
like,
eventually creeps in your head. Yeah, why are they hanging out? Or what are they doing while they're hanging out? Like, something eventually creeps into your head. That's just fucking innate human. It doesn't fucking matter who it is.
But what about with the parent? You never know. People
Exactly.
be on some crazy shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
So then, if it's okay with the parents, why not the siblings?
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't hang out with the siblings.
No.
They're young.
Like, it'd be weird if Kenny just went out with Alyssa. That'd be weird. Why?
So you agree?
That's what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? That's the exact shit that I'm talking about.
But I'm saying, like, why?
It would be weird. Exactly. My question, why would it be weird? I don't know. But I'm able to go out to have lunch with somebody and be perfectly fine and not do anything.
Okay, so it's so funny you guys are talking about this because today I was just driving to work, right, minding my own business, and I was thinking, I was like, damn, at some point I'm going to have to like step away from the podcast for a while, maybe I'll come back depending on where life goes. I was like, but I still want to keep up with the guys. Like, I wonder if it would be cool for me to just be like, hey, yo, B, you want to go grab lunch?
I think it would be.
Yeah, and I was just like, because I'm also very respectful of like how would the significant others feel. So it's funny that you mentioned that because I'm like,
I
like,
think
I
it would
wonder
be
how
cool.
it would be. Yeah.
I think it would be cool. I think I've had this conversation already, pre this,
Yeah.
where it was like, well, somebody made a comment and it was like, oh, well, like, you don't have an issue with like B going over to her house to record the podcast with another girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though you're here, but like, you know, whatever. But, and then I was like, she was like, no, they're recording a podcast, whatever, like, you know, and they're friends. And he's known her for a while. And so I want to assume that it would be cool to have lunch with Claudia or to have lunch, you know, without any issues. That I can confidently say.
Yeah.
But she likes you. But I don't know, like,
I'm glad.
yeah, she likes you. Well, it's hard to come by, but yeah, she likes you.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't like too many people. She likes you too. She likes you too.
I haven't seen it. Well,
It's very few people. Or somebody asked me like, who doesn't she like? Well, I can't tell you.
because it might be you, right? As soon as you say that, they think it's them, right?
right. You know, I'm gonna start saying shit and be like, oh my God, is that me? Somebody that was it you? It was you.
What?
You was describing that person 2 weeks ago. And I was like, that's me.
Oh.
And then you just kept saying shit, and it was like, that's me.
Adding up.
It was just adding up. All the coincidence, all the coinky dinks started to add up.
You guys have a lot in common, but
I'm cooler.
I like you. You're cool. You're cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm one of a kind.
Yeah.
Don't you ever lump me into that. But yeah, that's insane. I don't know, man. I can separate things. Like, I don't know. I guess the trust is just not there for me, but like, I would be able to go like have lunch with.
Yeah.
And they're like around my age. So, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but I would be, I still see, like, to me in my head, in my fucked up head, I'm like, you're her sister. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
that's so stupid, right? Like, you're not that dumb. Well, some guys are, you know, but
I mean, some people are stupid.
Really? Are they that dumb?
some guys are dumb. And then some girls are just, or some brothers and
Women,
sisters are just,
yeah.
or girls and women are just like that too.
Yeah,
You got to remember that part.
Yeah, there are some women that
It's
I'm
some
like,
freaky, weird shit.
Isn't that your, like, I've seen, listen, okay, I know we're like going on to this whole rant and we have a bunch of shit to talk about, but.
No, we're cool. We're good right now. I'll stay on this all the time.
So I know someone that mentioned, how would you feel if, you know, it was a group of you guys and you were going out and you love to dance and your friend's significant other is like, hey, you want to dance? Like, you know, whatever. Like, at least to my culture, dancing with people isn't something that's sexualized. It's just like, I'm just dancing with you. And this person was like, honestly, I don't care. Like, I know Claudia enough to know that she's just, it's just a dance. And someone else was actually like, I don't know, because people be going out and they be checking your significant other out and low-key be trying to hit it. And I'm like, what kind of friends? What kind of friends?
Yeah.
But at that point, I guess you gotta just
But at that point,
trust
I'm
the other
just
person.
like,
I mean,
right, you just have to trust.
And it also has to be respectful dancing.
Yeah,
though.
it
Like
can't be-
there's
Right,
there's
that's what
a
I'm
way to
saying.
dance without fucking looking like you're fucking on
Exactly,
a dance
right,
floor. You know,
exactly.
like there's ways to do that, and you know, like there's respectful ways to dance.
Exactly.
Are dances, right?
And I'm talking about like salsa and merengue,
Right.
like,
Yeah,
those type. I'm not talking about reggaeton. Like, that's a whole hip hop and R&B. Like,
where you're just fucking juking on something.
right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, come on,
that's
that's
different. But when I'm
like
talking,
Well,
you go
actually,
to-
no. You could do it. You could do hip hop and other stuff with
Well-
being at a distance of somebody.
oh, that's true. But I don't
What
think
if-
at that point you'll be dancing with.
It'd be like
It would probably
dancing,
just be a group.
just
it's a
dancing.
group.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be
just
like a
dance.
club type thing.
Yeah,
Right, yeah. But
Like
I'm talking.
going out to the club, that'd be different, right?
I really don't know how you dance hip hop. To tell you the truth, like how you dance.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't.
I don't know.
Sorry, B.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand like how you would dance that. Like, I can see how you dance merengue, how you dance
Yeah.
salsa, how you dance like certain things. They have stuff that you like. There's
Do.
actual steps. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you're not busting out the fucking crumping in the middle of the floor.
You're just like.
You know, or doing a fucking. You know, like, I don't understand. Like, it looks wild. Well, maybe I'm wrong. But
Maybe. I mean, I messed up. I can't give you any advice on that. You have to ask somebody that's not me. Because I'm not a dancer.
fun guy Keith. You're a fun guy Keith now.
Why?
Unimpressed by anything that's going on in life or ever anywhere else.
So you don't dance at all?
Not really.
No, nothing.
I make the attempt.
I can, like, if that's what you want.
Oh.
You can dance like you would?
No. Like I would. Like, but that's not
You got rhythm?
thing. No.
That's important.
You got rhythm? You got rhythm. They say black people got rhythm. They say we don't, so you got rhythm?
No. I wouldn't say no.
Show me rhythm right now.
Do you got rhythm?
Hell no, man. I'm stiff to the, look at my shoulders. I look stiff just sitting here. Like, look at the size of my shoulders. Like, everybody makes fun of that. If I try to dance, I look crazy. I'm convinced. I watched a TV show last night. I'm convinced big, tall people can't dance.
Really?
It looks stupid.
They just look goofy?
It looks crazy.
I'm going to YouTube now that
tall people
big
dancing.
Tall people.
It looks crazy. Like, it looks cringy. I'm going to say something. My girlfriend's sister, she did like dancing. Like, she used to dance around in at her place all the time. And I watched it as I always bursted out laughing. I thought it was the funniest thing in the fucking world. Don't hate me. Yeah, she's tall. She's like 6'2" or 6 foot, whatever the fuck.
Wow.
And it just looked awkward.
It just looks fucking weird. Like, it doesn't look the same.
As somebody that's like
that was a little bit shorter, you know, like under 6 feet. Like, if you're 6 feet and up, don't try it.
Damn.
Right? Like, that shit looks crazy. Like, think about it. Next time you see it.
I never really paid attention to that.
Even like bigger people move well.
Yo, for real though, some bigger people do have rhythm.
Some bigger people got moves,
better than I'd be like, damn.
They put more effort into it, but it also, you know, it's a little bit of everything's flowing.
That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Everything's flowing.
Would you take dance lessons to dance at a wedding?
Hell no.
At your wedding, you wouldn't take dance lessons? You'd be like,
You should. If you don't know how to waltz, you should, because
Well, how do you waltz?
I have no idea. But if you don't know how to slow dance, then
I know how to slow dance.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
literally 1 fucking 2 steps or whatever it is, isn't it? And there's a turn somewhere.
But
in
you'd
there.
be surprised the amount of people that get lost
Yeah.
because you're trying to listen to the rhythm, but then you're also trying to slow dance, and so you're not trying to go too fast or too slow.
When are we gonna start blaming the person who you're dancing with? And it's not you.
Some people,
Because I've danced with some people, like, okay, like I'm not the greatest dancer in the world, right? But I got a little bit of rhythm, right? And then I've danced with people who have less rhythm than me. It's annoying.
No, have you ever danced with people who are stiff? And you're trying to like,
I'm stiff.
come on, you know?
I'm stiff.
Damn, 2 stiff people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine, like, I'm stiff already. You're stiffer. Like, and now I'm trying to move you, and I barely move.
Damn.
yeah.
Right? That would be crazy. Where we at, Keith? What time?
I know Keith can sing though.
32.
Oh, damn. We're halfway through the
Yeah.
episode. We'll dabble on the other things a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we're going to move fast through this stuff. We'll talk Cuba first, right? So our if you pray prayers out to Cuba, support out to Cuba. We are with the Cuban people. I know it's a crisis going on right now, and I'm going to like quickly hand this off to Claudia so she can divulge in it a little bit more, and kind of run us through what's going on in Cuba, being that you're Cuban as well. So you probably have a little bit more feelings towards it. Maybe tell us how you feel about it.
I'm torn just because it's so fucking sad to see an island just suffering. And then the fact that I have family there hits home even more. So it's kind of like...
You still have family there?
Yeah, I have all my family is in Cuba.
Are they okay?
They're, a lot of my family are older. So they're kind of just staying home, trying to, not go out and do too much. But we do have some young folks in our family that were just concerned because we wouldn't want the military to take them. So that's just something that we've been trying to navigate and trying to just help them the best way we possibly can from here. Because honestly, I feel so up against the wall. Like there is not a whole lot I can do.
Right.
And so it's just trying to do that. I do have some cousins whose father is actually currently missing. Like we don't know where he's at. All we know is the police took him. So that's a bit of a concern. I'm glad the Cuban people are out protesting, but it's scary to see how people are also dying and countries are doing nothing about it. Whereas if it were other countries, right away they would have stepped in. But Cuba doesn't. It's not a jewel. You know, it's a jewel to me. It's not a jewel to any other country just because it's filled with debts, and it's a lot of politics is a business. And they're not going to step in and then be kind of like, okay, what the fuck do we do with this island now? Like, what are we going to do with this? It's not going to give us any money. There's no oil. There's not rich in anything. Value. There's no value. All you could, like tourism, like we can just do something, for the tourists. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating. And it's just hoping for the best. I don't think change is going to come anytime soon, but I see the Cuban people going towards the right direction. I don't give a fuck about, honestly, the people in Miami protesting and all. Like, y'all fled Cuba when Cuba needed you the most.
Right.
And I mean, I shouldn't talk because I was brought here as a young kid, but circumstances are just so different where people are leaving because they're literally like, there's no food. People are dying of hunger. And I can't even imagine what that's like.
A lot of this, I'm not informed, and apologies if I'm uninformed about stuff. But how much of this is the Cuban government's fault? Like, how much of this is on the Cuban government? Is there any like accountability, or is it the rest of the world? Because I've been seeing like that they saying that the U.S. has something to do with it, or they should intervene.
I mean, a lot of people are saying the U.S. should intervene. The U.S. again, it's not going to intervene for the same reasons I said. There's nothing they can gain from it. Countries intervene when they can gain something.
Right.
I don't know who it is to blame. Fidel? That's the only person. I mean, that's how everything started. But even when Fidel took down Batista, who was the person before him, even that, like, so many people left Cuba like, no, fuck this, you know, like, I'm not fighting. Whereas if all those people would have stayed and fought for the island, maybe something else would have came out of the situation. But people were like, no, you know, we're doctors, we're lawyers, like, we are going to leave. And those are people that, unfortunately, it's going to sound a little harsh, but when you have an education, your mind is definitely sees things differently. When you're used to just living on a day-to-day where you don't know what else is out there, you're going to be okay with whatever comes.
Right.
Whereas currently now in Cuba, since, you know, like the Wi-Fi and people are able to see what else is out there, they're kind of like, this is hell. Like, why are we living in a situation like this? Why are we being oppressed so much? Like, these people are not allowed to leave the country. I mean, Wi-Fi is cut, water has been cut, the light has been cut. No one deserves to live like that. But no other
country like that. How long has it been?
It's been like that for a while.
Years,
it's been like that for a while.
Years. I mean,
so it's one dictator. Or
it's a dictatorship, right?
It's a dictatorship, yeah. So it's the regime is like it's a communist country, so it's a dictatorship, yeah.
That's interesting, right? Because that's been going on for a while, and I remember hearing about like doctors coming with like the national teams or like teams that played over here, like soccer teams that would play over here, and the doctors would stay, like they wouldn't go back.
They want to be on the team so they can come.
Yeah, the doctors would be like, "Fuck that shit! Like I'm not going back.
I got my chance to get out.
Yeah,
I got out.
Yeah, you got out, and so like people were leaving. So it's been going on for a while, and it's interesting to see that it's coming to the forefront now because it's been going on for so long, right? And I just recently, like maybe a month or at the most ago, I had a conversation with somebody telling me how fucked up the situation was in Cuba and how they were treating it. The conversation was about how they were treating people, how the hospital was treating people, how they were treating people with COVID. Like, it was some wild ass shit. Yeah. And it's really bad down there. It's very unfortunate. Is there a lot of countries like that though? That are kind of like in the same position in a sense?
I mean, there's Colombia, there's Venezuela. Like those countries, not that long ago, Colombia also had a whole protest going on. I'm not sure what's going on with that now because, as we all know, the media tends to cover it for a week and then moves on from it.
Right.
But I know that's still happening. Colombia is not
like some of those places, like the Middle East, who's like been destroyed basically, and like people were killed there for no reason.
Yeah.
And then like you have all these other countries in the world, and so it's kind of scary in a sense that because like now you're starting to see. I had this conversation with somebody at work too. You're starting to see people kind of fight back a bit. Yeah. Right, so some of these places are starting to get real pissed off. Like the people themselves are starting to get real pissed off, right? And so there's a lot of protest and a lot of pushback, and it's kind of scary in a sense. But when you don't have anything to lose, right? I think that's like more danger. Like that's a dangerous thing they're playing with, right? Like you've got a bunch of people who don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Like what are your chances of surviving something if like it were to be at a bigger scale and overthrow you? You know?
Yeah.
And like so
how big of a protest does it have to be for things to change?
I don't think a protest will change it.
You don't think so? Not thinking. So how do you can't? This is gonna go on until they want to change it.
I mean, if I'm being honest, the only way would be what Fidel did when he took power of Cuba, and it's basically just run them out the country. But I highly doubt that's gonna happen. Highly doubt it. At least not anytime soon.
Why not? You think the majority of people would leave if they had the opportunity to?
Probably.
You think so?
You think they would leave? I don't know if they would leave. I
don't know.
I feel I actually saw an interview of someone saying like I shouldn't have to leave my country for a better life. I should be able to have a better life in my country, just working hard for it. But And maybe that's what it could be too. Like there's so many young people in Cuba again that are being exposed to life everywhere else that they're kind of like, you know what? No, maybe we want to be that generation that doesn't want to leave. The generation that does want to leave, I would say, is generations such as myself that have grown up in Cuba and back. But I feel like the newer generation is kind of like, no, this is the place that I grew up in.
Yeah.
I don't know if people want to leave. I think as humans, we fear the unknown. So they know what's in Cuba. What if they get to America and it's not so great?
Like push the brink. But you're pushing it like it's a circumstantial thing, right?
It is. It's circumstantial.
Because like how far can you push somebody to the point where they're like, they don't give a shit about that, right? Like you done completely changed their mindset as to, fuck the unknown at this point.
I get that, but when will that happen?
When you start dying of hunger, like the amount I actually have family members who have recently, they went. I can't remember the name of the country, but I know that Cuba allows them to travel just to that country in South America. I can't remember the name of it, and from there they just decided to do the whole travel through South America and Mexico, Central America, and we told them, "Are you sure you want to do that? Like you're risking your life. You have 2 little ones and you have someone older, like a senior. Are you sure you want to do that? They will rape women. They don't care. They will rob you. They don't care." And unfortunately, they got robbed. Thankfully, they arrived safely. But now they're going through the whole process of immigration, which is a whole other thing.
Once you get here.
And then it's like, the thing is that they don't, like a conversation that we were having before we started recording, they have this idea of what America is. And then they get here and they're like, oh, this is the reality. Because they were kind of talking a little crazy and we were like, whoa, do you not know how much plane tickets are? Like, yeah, we would most definitely love to help you and have you in our home, but then you also have to think, well, will the landlord allow that? Will the landlord allow that amount of people in one apartment? Because there are rules and policies in place. And it's a lot. It's a lot, and people don't really...
Do they not understand that in Cuba? How we live here? They don't.
No, people do not.
Nobody else in the world understands
How we live in America.
No.
People get it once they get here. Once they get here and they see what life is like, people get it because it's very different.
And that's what I was going to argue with you earlier when you were talking about that. Do we or do we choose to ignore the idea of what America actually is? Because I feel like sometimes we have an idea of how it is because you are seeing certain things. You don't need cable to see. You don't need the internet to see certain things occurring around the world, right? Obviously, there's places that don't let you see anything at all, right? Shut you completely out of the world. But there is some sense of what things are like, right? When they're at a large scale, right? For instance, last year when we were going through everything and shit was getting broken into and looting, like all that stuff was very real. And I find it hard to believe that nobody would see that in a different country. No matter what it would be, right?
Well, I know definitely from talking to family back in Cuba, they would say like, yo, what's going on? Like, I keep hearing the news, but then of course the Cuban government is like, look what's happening in the United States, this land that you call land of the great. Look at all of this racism. Look at all this crap. Yeah. Look at this, look at that. So of course they're painting it. But people, for some reason, I feel like it's that want of just like, I'm so sick of this, that if this is bad, nothing else can be worse.
And then we get here and it's worse.
And then you get here and
or to you
like,
it's worse.
Shit. Like this is
to
what...
a particular person.
You know, then that's, I don't know. I feel like there is an idea at some point.
But do United States project image of we can save you, you can be free here? Do U.S. project
I don't think so. I don't think they project that.
Like,
I feel like
is other countries welcoming as the United States?
We're not welcoming though.
I know we're not, but do U.S. project that kind of sense?
No. That's what I'm saying. I don't think we project that. And I honestly don't think that. I think that people sometimes, not everybody, but some people choose to have an image of America. It's not that it is an image. It's you chose to make that image up in your head of what it would be like.
You know, I feel like in a way, depending what political party, they do tend to be like, oh yeah, immigration to America. But they fail to mention that immigration, the proper form of immigration to them. So coming into the country, documented already as it is, where you already took those steps. So I can kind of see where your question comes from. Yeah. Because I feel like sometimes it could be misleading. Like, oh yeah, you know, America's made by immigrants. We build American, you know, and it's kind of like, depends what kind of immigrants you're talking about, because you don't want everyone in this country.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where it could be a little blurry, where people could be like, oh yeah, you know, it's a land where you can create a whole new life or whatnot.
That's another conversation I had. We're full of shit that we don't have no more fucking room. We got a shit ton of room.
We do.
We done drove through. We've all driven through a fucking state full of nothing.
Literally.
Outside of Chicago, you leave the Chicago. How much fucking open land you see out there?
It's farmland, B.
Yeah.
Some of it ain't.
It's just flat.
No,
it's like
some of it ain't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I'm saying some of it ain't. And so, come on. We're trying to cap what? There's no more room? No, you're choosing not to have more room.
I guess the American government don't see the need to take care of people.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That they don't have to.
Yeah.
In that type of form.
Then don't take the culture.
Yeah.
Don't take from the culture. Don't take from the country.
You know, they're gonna.
But that's what I'm saying.
They're gonna take what they want.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't take from these cultures and then ask them not to be here. Mm-hmm. When everything you're building this country on is stolen.
Right.
Yeah, basically. But
know?
Americans don't see it as stolen. We see it as made it better.
And here's the thing,
that's what they project.
As all of this is happening with Cuba and Florida, I don't know if it was I don't know who he was, but I know he came out and he said, do not come to this country. So basically, fight your battle over there, stay over there, continue to fight over there, but don't you dare come over here because we don't have space for you here. And I'm like, bro, I understand that that's what you stand for, but damn, that's really what you need, what you have to say. Like, he didn't say anything else. He was just like, make sure you don't migrate.
Don't come bring that shit here, basically.
No, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's fucked up, man. The world's Just getting set on fire. It seems like who the fuck knows, man. I struggle with the idea of how things are, right? I struggle with the idea of what people want. I would just finished having this conversation at home, and it's like I just don't understand people anymore. Like I've completely lost. And then we had this conversation on here. There's no understanding anymore. There's no you have your views, I have mine. There's none of that shit no more. Like we pick and choose when things are okay or not okay for us, right? And fine, that's great. That's the beautiful thing about being a human and having willpower and being just a human in general, right? But at the same time, we have to be able to coexist sometimes, right? And not shut people out, right? Because there has to be a balance of things. And I think often we just want it to be one way and not the other, right? We don't see things eye to eye ever. He was like, I feel like I have this conversation every fucking time here. Like it's never a working relationship. It's always I'm right, you're wrong.
Yeah, right and wrong. Yeah.
You know, and it's like, come on, man. Like at some point we have to meet in the middle. Like you can have your views, and I don't have to exile you. You know?
Yeah.
Like I feel that way, and right now we're in a fucking state of fuck you. And
if you don't see things my way.
And it sucks. You know, like I turn around and every time I see it all the time. I turn around and see everything all the time. Like this is what we're seeing on TV, what we're seeing, everything I turn on, I see it.
Yeah.
It's like, why isn't it this way? Why am I not this? Why am I not represented? Why am I not like, come on, dude, like let it go already. Fuck. You know? What we got?
Oh,
like just let it go, you know?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people. So at some point I'm just gonna be like, fuck you, like leave me alone. Like I shouldn't be afraid to be on this podcast and say what I feel.
I agree.
Right? I shouldn't fear for anything. I shouldn't fear for repercussions of any establishment. I shouldn't fear for it.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Up until
somebody disagrees with you.
Right. Up until somebody disagrees with you.
Which is likely to happen anywhere.
Right.
We're not going to agree with people.
And I mean, I understand. If you're being an asshole, you're being an asshole. And someone has the right to call you out. But it's at some point I can see where you're like, you know what? That's you. And this is me. Cool.
That's it.
Let's stop talking. And,
right.
And you know what's funny? This Saturday, that conversation came up during the bachelorette, and it got to a point where we just started talking shit, and she mentioned something about like, you know what's funny, like Claudia and B, a lot of times you could tell that they don't agree, but Claudia would literally go to my brother's house. They would have a whole conversation. They would get people involved. She would have to leave, and she'd be like, all right, bye. She'd hug everyone. She'd hug it out with B, and that's it, because it's just a conversation. But a lot of people can do that. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yo, he doesn't agree. He says this and this and this. I'm not going to talk to him.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. Like, who cares?
At the end of the day, I don't care.
We don't do that no more. Yeah. Like, we don't do none of that no more at all, at any level. Like, if everything so much offends us, how come we don't do it at work? How come you don't do it everywhere? Mm-hmm. How come you don't call your bosses out? How come you don't show up to work? Because you care. Because guess what? You give a fuck. Mm-hmm. All the fucks you tell me you don't give, you give. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, stop telling me you don't give a fuck about shit when you do. You're not gonna show up to work, and then you think you're fucking the person who runs your company is the most perfect person in the world and have the same beliefs you align with? Hell the fuck no. But you don't quit your job. You don't shut them off.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Why don't you just stop working? America sucks. Stop working.
Right.
Don't use their dollars. Don't go shopping. Don't go to McDonald's. Don't go to your favorite little fucking pad thai restaurant. Don't go to your little vegan spot. Don't go anywhere.
It's not realistic, B.
So then stop telling me your views don't align with any, like that your views are this and they're better and blah 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 and the world would be better with this. Stop telling me all that. Because you're doing the opposite. Bunch of fucking hypocrites. That's what we are. A bunch of fucking hypocrites. Learn to live with it. You're a hypocrite.
Half the people don't even know who owns the company they work for.
They don't. They don't.
That's just true.
And they're walking around doing all this bullshit and fucking whatever, spewing all these things about what you believe in and bashing other people for it or trying to cancel other people, but you're not trying to cancel the same people you're fucking getting paid from.
Mm-hmm, yep, because the dollars don't stop, right?
Right.
Your money's on
If
the line.
everybody want to be so right.
Right. Just stop paying. You ain't paying for shit.
Yeah.
You really want to make an impact? Stop doing shit.
Yeah, that's the way.
Stop buying shit. Stop paying. Stop doing anything. Stop making money flow. But we care.
Yeah.
We care.
At some point, they care.
Yeah. At some point, you care. At some point,
you care.
somewhere in your life, you care about the shit.
And you just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
But that's life, though.
And that's how we're. If history has taught us anything, that's how we are. That's how humans are. That's how society is. We will always be that way. It's never gonna change. Like things, the way it looks changes, but the very foundation of it never changes. It can't. So whatever. Went on a rant, but we can close this shit out before I get fucking pissed.
Really?
It's starting to piss me off.
Is it?
Yeah, we're good. Cut it off. I edited in an hour and 8 last time. I don't need to edit in an hour and 8 again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna close this out. It was fun. This was a fun one. We had a little bit of fun at the beginning, a little bit of seriousness, a lot of seriousness to close it out.
Yeah.
So thanks y'all for being here. But before we get out of here, I do want to say that we are on all streaming platforms. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and we are on Anchor for your ass. And we're on YouTube, so go subscribe. Keith would greatly appreciate it, even though he won't tell you. Don't fall for the thumb. And yeah, don't forget we're your favorite podcast, and we are out. Peace.
Bye.